Hello, I'm Ryan Haslam with your SCV NewsBreak for Monday, October 28th. A Valencia man who was a deputy for the Palmdale Sheriff's Station received probation Monday after pleading no contest to an accusation that he beat an inmate in his custody. 31-year-old Matthew Funicello of Valencia was accused of repeatedly striking a 19-year-old inmate with his fist in July 2011 while the inmate was in the backseat of his patrol car. His charge was reduced from a felony to a misdemeanor as part of a negotiated plea. He was sentenced to 3 years of summary probation and ordered to complete 1 year of counseling. Halloween came a few days early for more than 13,000 SCV residents. Real Life Church's Halloween at the Castle took families on a trip back in time to an era of jousting, medieval castles, archery, and more. The annual event featured performances and entertainment for the whole family, as well as an abundance of sweet treats.
Outdoors, we have over 50 cars that are all decorated for Halloween, that are what we call our trunk or treat area. And then indoors, even more candy. Right here behind me with all these people is our town hall, where every one of our classrooms is decorated for Halloween, and people are giving out candy, and kids are just having a wonderful time.
Also this weekend, hundreds took to the streets near Bridgeport Park during the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Light the Night Walk. Since 2005, Santa Clarita has raised over $1.1 million to support the Society's mission to cure blood cancers and improve the quality of life of patients and their families. Log on to SCVTV.com to view more pictures from this weekend's event. Coming up after the break, high school football highlights and more. Stay tuned.
J.J. Wilson, touchdown! Wow.
SCV NewsBreak is brought to you by Action Family Counseling.
My relationships were affected by my addiction in ways that are almost hard to describe. I lost that trust and that sense of intimacy that you have with your family.
Everyone says that, oh, it's just a plant, like you can't get addicted to it, but like really, it is addictive. If you're doing it all day, like every day, it's just like that's all your life consists of is smoking weed, like then it's addictive.
Think your son is, you'll never know, because it is hard to hide, but if you try hard enough, you can conceal it. There's no face to addiction. Like your next door neighbor could be an addict and you have no idea.
People we deal with are great people. They're just making bad choices. So if we can help people make better choices, everybody wins.
And I love you very, very much.
Changes are coming to the Santa Clarita Community College District's Conflict of Interest codes. The updates include changing title names due to reorganization and clarifying the definition of income to include gifts, loans, and travel payments. The district CEO would also be allowed to determine if consultants need to make a full disclosure. COC spokesman Eric Harnish describes the changes as routine maintenance. Dave Caldwell joins us now, sharing some exciting action in the high school football area. Dave?
Thanks, Ryan. What a game we had here on SCV TV Friday night between the Canyon Cowboys and the Valencia Vikings at Dr. Paul Priest Stadium. The Cowboys got on the board first when Elijah Williams burst straight up the middle from 12 yards out for the score. On the Vikings' ensuing drive, quarterback Jake Wallace hit J.J. Wilson for a 41-yard pass play down to the 1. Stone Jackson would punch it in, but the extra point was blocked. In the second quarter, Kate Apse would hit Liam Cabrera, who breaks a couple of tackles and finally gets dragged down from behind after a 45-yard gain. Cabrera caught 13 passes for 192 yards in the game. Apse completed 29 of 43 for 419 yards. In the third quarter, with Canyon now leading 28-6, Justin Sun blocks the Travis Reiner punt. Nick Jones then collects the ball in the end zone for the touchdown. Then, on the first play in the fourth quarter, Wallace throws deep to J.J. Wilson in the end zone. Wallace finished 21 of 24 for 314 yards and 3 touchdowns. After the Vikings defense forced a punt, the Vikings' Malik Townsend collects the ball on his own 15, escapes the would-be tacklers, somehow stays on his feet, and races down the field before Reiner, the punter, brings him down. 62 yards on the punt return. A few plays later, Wallace lofts it into the end zone where Ethan Yu makes a spectacular catch. The two-point conversion tied the game. Then moments later, with the Vikings on their own 1-yard line, Wallace connects with Jones, who flies down the sidelines, 99 yards for the score, and the Valencia Vikings, scoring 29 unanswered points in a little more than a quarter, come from behind and beat the Cowboys. In other Foothill League football, Brady White threw for 375 yards and a pair of touchdowns, both to Davis Copenhaver as the Indians rolled over the Centurions. West Ranch quarterback Chase Killingsworth completed 11 of 15 passes for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Wildcats shut out the Grizzlies. For more sports news and highlights, tune into Inside Sports tonight at 9 o'clock here on SCVTV. Ryan, that's our look at sports.
Thanks, Dave. Hart High School football coach Mike Harrington is in the running to be named the best coach in the nation. But the chances of his winning depends on you. Harrington is among 8 national finalists for the first ever USA Today Best Coach in the Nation contest. He was named Best High School Football Coach in the Western Region by online voters earlier this month. Online voting for the national contest ends at 9 a.m. Tuesday. For a link to vote, log on to scvnews.com. Now for your weather, we experienced a little bit of drizzle in Santa Clarita to start out the work week. 62 degrees for the daytime high in Santa Clarita today. Much of the same weather is expected tomorrow with a 40% chance of showers in the forecast. After that, we will begin to warm back up into the mid-70s Wednesday and Thursday, and by Friday, we are looking at the possibility of being back into the 80s. Santa Clarita's local family-owned pumpkin patch, Lombardi Ranch, is holding their fall festival for just a few more days. Their weekend festivals ended with a trick-or-treat event on Sunday, but the pumpkin patch, including the corn maze, train ride, and petting zoo, will remain open for the rest of the week. After that, only the produce stand will be open until the day before Thanksgiving. Admission to Lombardi Ranch is always free, and all their produce is grown right there on the property. That's all we have for you tonight. For more Santa Clarita news, log on to hometownstation.com or scvnews.com. Thank you for watching. I'm Ryan Haslett.
SCV NewsBreak is brought to you by Action Family Counseling.